morning, you guys. A question that's been on my mind for like a really long time that I keep circling around and really wrestling with is why should I be faithful to God? Continue to like do things his way when right now I really don't trust him and I'm very upset with him. Like, why? What is the point of faithfulness? You know what I mean? I pretty much know the answer. The point of faithfulness is not necessarily for a reward, even though there are several places where the Bible promises a reward. It's not for reward. It's just because like you agree and you believe in God. And it's like, I do agree and I do believe, but the cost of being faithful to God and the amount of times I chose to say no instead of yes to sin or temptation or doing things my way and rather doing things his way without ever having a moment of like relief or a moment of where things just genuinely felt like, okay, like, this felt worth it. Like doing things God's way felt worth it hasn't come in a long time. And I think it tends to like weigh down on you. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to cry. It's not working. It's like I love God. You know what I'm saying? I tried not to love him. It just doesn't work like that. But like I'm tired of being faithful and never getting what I want from it. And it's just like, you promised us, like in John 15, you promised us that if we were obedient to you and we obeyed you and we loved our neighbor, you would answer our prayers. But the issue is sometimes God just does not answer your prayers the way you want. And it's like last year, I really, really wanted God to open this door for me and he didn't do it. And, I just had to take that. Like, I just had to accept that L and basically be okay with it and trust that he has a better plan. But it's just like, I'm tired of trusting you. I'm tired of being faithful. I'm tired of doing things your way and never getting what I want. And it's like, why did you even put me down here with these desires if you were just going to make me wait so long to the point where now I'm breaking and I'm broken down and I don't feel like I can be faithful anymore. And part of me doesn't want to be faithful and a part of me does want to be faithful. It's so confusing and it's overwhelming. So overwhelming that I can't even get my coffee started yet, you guys. Like I wake up like this. It's really hard. It's really hard, but something that, the Lord told me when I was struggling with faithfulness prior. I was wanting to be faithful, but I was not being faithful. And now I'm kind of not being faithful. But like he had to like rewire my whole definition of faithfulness. Because if we go off biblically speaking, if we go off the Bible, Abraham pleased God by faith and faith alone. What was faith? Just believing in God. That to God is faithfulness. So like when we talk about faithfulness, we're talking about, do you believe in him and do you agree with his word? Yes, not necessarily your ability to do it. That sometimes comes and goes, and we see that. We saw that with Abraham, the father of our faith. We saw that with Peter. We saw that with Paul in Romans 7. Like we see all throughout scripture where people agree with God and still sometimes go off and do the opposite because we have the flesh, right? But that helps me a little bit. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, I agree with you, but sometimes I wish I didn't because your way hurts and his way is hard. And it doesn't come sometimes with the comfort or the instant relief or like the job or the husband or, like whatever it is you're waiting on. It just doesn't come instantly. So it's like, why should I keep waiting? Why should I keep trusting? To be honest with you, my testimony is you can take it in your own hands, but it's not going to be as fulfilling Like, I got tired of waiting on a guy, so I started seeing a guy, and that guy was like not the one for me. And since then, I've had a really hard time finding a guy to replace him, which is foreign for me, strange for me. Never had that issue prior to starting my relationship with God, but like, that's his hand of protection, I guess, and him blocking me. Like, whoever my husband is supposed to be, him and God must be like really tight, because your girl is locked down. I can't. Oh, this is cracked up. Look at this. Look at what my coffee cup says. Love is patient. Love is kind. 1 Corinthians 13:4. Don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when you're like, ugh. I bought this in baby new faith, and now I'm in this deconstruction phase, and I look at some of the things I bought, and I'm just like, girl, you make me sick. But yeah, like, that's my question. Like, if anybody has felt this way, or like, you just have something you want to say or a perspective, please drop in the comments. I love interacting with you guys. Sometimes I may come off kind of snippy. That's just because that's how I am. I'm just kind of like that. I'm kind of cynical. But yeah, like, why keep trusting in God after disappointment? Why keep being faithful? Because, like, I just remember when I was breaking down and the Lord gave me the story of the prodigal son, and he was revealing to me, I was like the older brother. The older brother had been being faithful. The older brother had been out in the field, laboring, working. And God's answer to him when he's upset with him, and he's like, you did all this for my brother, but I've been faithful this whole time and I've gotten nothing. He's like, son, everything I have is yours, and you're always with me. And to me, that just makes it seem like, okay, well, God is supposed to be the reward. But sometimes, can I be honest with you? Even though he is like all sustaining and worthy, sometimes it's just not enough. And some people, you may disagree with me, but you can say God is enough. But if God was enough, you wouldn't want to get married. You wouldn't be praying for other things. Like, God is enough in his like being, and the fact that he's like able to self-sustain and can sustain your desires, but at the same time, he's not enough in the sense that you don't want anything else, if that makes sense. Like, I used to feel like he was enough and I didn't need to be married. I don't feel that way anymore. I used to feel like he was enough, and no matter what happened, like, I wasn't gonna need anything or anybody but him. But like, that just has not showed up true in my life. It just hasn't. I could lie to you and tell you that it has, and that he has always been enough. But like, the truth of the matter is he hasn't. Sometimes I have reached for other things, because reaching for God and reaching for prayer and reaching for the Bible just was not enough. It got me through, but it wasn't enough. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just the reality of my situation. I don't know if anybody else has felt like that. I mean, God can give you grace to walk through and be sustained through anything, but how many of us are actually walking with that? So, yeah, that's my little vent. That's my little rant. Like, why keep doing things God's way? Why keep being faithful? I would say this is like the pit. The pit is that place where, like, I can't even put it into words, but like, the Psalms is full of people being in the pit, like, God, like, why is this taking so long? I've trusted you. I've believed in you. Like, the pit is just such a horrible, horrible place, and nobody should have to be in a pit for this long. I don't just mean that for me. I mean anybody. Like, I think about how some people have it like way worse than me, and I just feel so sorrowful for them, because I wouldn't wish this on anybody, For people who've been following, my mental health journey, I've kind of been really struggling with my diagnosis, what my life looks like right now. It's been really rough. my faith falling apart on me. It was like multiple things kind of just all fell in at once. It hasn't been easy. But I want to be faithful. Even still, I want to be faithful. I want to believe and hope in him and trust in him. Not just because I want stuff or, like I want the husband or anything, but because like I just miss how things were in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like when you first started believing in Jesus, and like when you weren't so angry at him or disappointed in him all the time. And it's really hard because I feel like I don't have my best friend. I feel like I don't have my dad. I feel like I don't have my bridegroom, my husband. Like I feel like I feel so far from God, and I want it that way because I don't trust him right now. It's really tough. But I'm posting this video because I know that there are other people that feel the same way as me, and we just never hear from them. We never see them. And like I feel like we should all be testifying to each other and like helping each other through these things. So you guys pray for me. Pray for me and pray for people who are in the pit, and pray for people who are suffering, like genuinely suffering, that suffering would come to an end. Seriously.